Could you be the one? Shh.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monique Macrin. If you're new here, please hit on that subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that anytime that I post a new video, you're the first person to be notified. And if this is not your first time, thank you so much for finding a reason to continue coming back and watching me. So I want to open a pregnancy series, and I want to start with my first experience, my first pregnancy experience. Yes, from the title you can tell that I was young, I was in school, unmarried, and clueless. And let me add this, I was very scared and ashamed. Yes, so at that particular point, I really wished that I had people in my life who would share their experiences, you know, as honest and unedited as they could. But at that particular time, even on YouTube, a lot of people are not, you know, like right now, I know we have people like Yami Mami who are very honest about their journeys. At that particular point, there weren't. So I kind of walked this journey alone with my husband. Okay, I got to get married to the father of my child. So, and even for him, as the firstborn in his family and amongst the oldest cousins, it was the first time he was dealing with a pregnancy. On my side, it was the first time. I didn't grow up with my mom for the most part of my life, so I had no idea on how to do this life. Totally, I was clueless. And my big sister, okay, I wasn't very close at that particular moment. And all my friends were young and busy partying. So I felt like I didn't have someone to talk to and someone to walk this journey with. So mine was a very lonely and scared stage. And yeah, so I really hope that when I make this series, if there's a girl out there who is going to go through what I went through that particular time, they won't feel as lonely, you get. And then I hope that some of these experiences that I'm going to share are going to encourage that person, because my story turned out for the best. It turned out for the best, but I must admit there has been a lot of challenges along the way. So let me get straight into the story. So I'm this girl who didn't date all through high school, coming from a very strict, but my dad is very strict, so I didn't have even any experiences with men. Then after high school, I get a scholarship to do film and theater. So I'm from this very naive, bookworm girl who is also a prefect for the most part of her life. So you can imagine, I was this person who was always doing things by the book. And I'm thrown into this world of adulthood with filmmakers, you know, wasanii, and you know, things can get really crazy when you're artists. And I was so confused. At the same time, I really wanted to, you know, I was curious. I wanted to experience life. But at that particular point, I really didn't get someone whom I felt I was safe with. So trust you me, the first time that I met this person, I didn't even have like a break sana. Okay, we started off as friends, yeah. For even, I think it was an year. We were friends for 2 years, you get. So all this while, I'm having these pent-up emotions. I'm having this reserved need to explore myself, because girls around me were having sex, they were going out to party. Then me here, I am all closed up, because trust me, if you've had a troubled childhood, the first thing you do out of high school is never to get into relationships. So for me, I took that, let me say I delayed kind of, because I knew that I didn't want to get married. I knew that I didn't want to get into any relationship. So I was having trust issues, mostly because of my childhood, yeah. So I'm here in a very artistic world, seeing people doing life, wanting to do life, but at the same time I was very scared. So when I met my hubby, we were friends. I felt like he was a big brother. And we continued that way. Then along the way, hormones started. And I can tell you for sure, the moment it started, me, I didn't have a break. Hey, we went like, you know, we were sliding. Tuli slide heavy. There was no holding back. So you can imagine I didn't even have enough time to think about contraceptives, due to think about what. Me, I was just going. I was moving as, I was flowing with the flow. And I was going at 100% because this is something I've wanted for long. This is something I've been waiting for. And now it's here. I'm waiting for what? So I was coming from a point of ignorance. You get? I was forgetting that whatever I was doing was having consequences. But I enjoyed. It was a lot of fun. So, in my head, I never at one point thought of pregnancies. And not because I wasn't educated. In my high school, we used to have these classes. So we knew how things happen in life. But I guess until you experience something, you never really learn. Either you experience it yourself or through a friend. So me, I was just my own teacher. So I remember, of course, you start with using protection. Then along the way, you don't even know how you stop using protection. Then I remember at one point I once asked, oh God, I'm not ready to get pregnant. And I remember him telling me, don't worry. There's a method called withdrawal and we are going to use it. And me, my stupid self, I trusted my whole life in the hands of a honey man. And I know someone watching this video is doing the same. Let me tell you, sister, you're gonna get pregnant. You will. So, and then another thing, I never expected to be pregnant. Like, come on, I'm so young. I'm in school. Pregnancy has no business in my life and with me, so it can't happen to me. I was coming from that point. So I remember this particular time, I'm going to class, we had practicals. And I feel like I have cramps, so I carry some pads with me. Then after 2 days, I'm having these cramps, but my periods are not coming. Then one day, hubby, back then, just a boyfriend, told me, Monique, your boobs looks bigger. And I was like, well, see, I'm growing up. See, I'm growing old. I didn't think much into it. Then the second day went, the third day, still there were no periods. And my periods are very regular. So at this point, I was like, wow, could I be pregnant? And then I remember at that particular point, also I was feeling like my breasts were very tender. So I was starting to experience some changes, but I was in denial because, as I told you, a young girl like myself couldn't get pregnant. How? So I remember him telling me, no, I told him, okay, we test you go buy a pregnancy kit, and after you buy, we're going to test. So he told me, so let's go both of us. I was like, I was so ashamed. I was like, I can't go to the pharmacy to buy a pregnancy kit. You just go and buy it. So he came, he bought one. Neither of us knew how to use a pregnancy kit. So we Googled. I went to the toilet, inserted it in the urine, then waited. In a few minutes, not even a few minutes, I feel like it was just within a minute, 2 reds. And I remember I didn't have any feeling. I was a vacuum. So I told him, I think we did it wrong. We don't know how to test. So see, you buy another one. He went back to the chemist, bought a second one. Same thing, 2 lines. So I was like, okay, because we both don't have the experience on how to test for this thing. I think we should go to a hospital and get a doctor, test for pregnancy. Because pregnancy is such a big deal. And I can't get pregnant. How? So we go out, we go to a clinic near where he was living. Then after the test, I remember the doctor telling us, congratulations. And I looked at the doctor and I'm like, congra what? But still, at this moment, I think, now that I think about it, I was in shock. Because I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel sad. I didn't feel scared. Of course, I wasn't happy. So I just told him, Sawa basi, let's go home. And we went home and we didn't talk about it. So I remember the following day, he was like, so Monique, what are we going to do? And me, I was like, nothing. Even at that particular point, I didn't believe that I was pregnant. So anytime he would try to talk about it, I didn't want to talk about it because I never believed I was pregnant. And I wasn't feeling any nausea. I wasn't feeling all these funny symptoms that Google was telling me. So I was in such a state of denial because my dad is so strict, and I was this girl, this bright child who had a very promising future. You know the way you write essays in school about this girl who was very good all through primary school, all through high school. Then they go to campus and then they get mixed in the ways of life. They start taking alcohol, they start having sex, I turned out to be that girl. And I was like, oh my God, all this while I was writing essays about myself. So, okay, I will do a continuation of this video in the next video. But to summarize, I was in shock. I didn't feel anything. I was in a lot of denial. And what followed was quite interesting. But then, let me tell you this in the next video. Bye. Make sure you subscribe. This is going to be a very interesting series. I'm going to take you step by step by step, and by the 10th video I'm going to be telling you why I actually decided to do this. Okay, most of you by now you know, because I already shared it on Instagram. I'm expectant with my second baby, and well, we are quite far into the journey already, and I'm so excited. And anyway, guys, see you in the next video. Please subscribe, share in the comment section, ask me any questions. And I'm making this particular video for young girls, young and clueless girls, to tell them that yes, sex has consequences. You can become pregnant at any age that you are in, but then again, the story doesn't always turn out for the worst. There is hope. I turned out perfectly okay. I'm in a very good place in my life, and I wish someone told me at that particular time that all was not lost, because God, I wasted a lot of tears unnecessarily. If I was to go back then and have someone make a video like this one, I would enjoy that pregnancy to the maximum. Until next time,